All right, guys, here's another BG perspective. As always, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload.
Now look fucking here. Bank of America, I'm gonna tell you this one fucking time. Give me me. Give me my fucking money. It was mortgage I was due today, baby. And let me tell you something, baby. Citibank ain't happy. They want their money. But it's a glitch within your fucking system that is showing my account $0. That's where the confusion comes in. See, I ain't broke yet. You understand? You're broke when you're fucking dead. Nonetheless, darling, you're gonna at least show at least 5,000 extra, at least 10,000 extra. Let me pull that fucking out. But y'all showing my balance with $0 fucking. The time is running out. Tick, tick, tock, bitch. And now I'm clocking y'all motherfuckers, bitch. I need my money. Let me tell you, y'all got one more time to play with fucking me. These banks got one more time to play with fucking me. I'm coming to that screen and I'm fucking hello. Let me find the fucking ATM, darling, and they better have my money inside fucking there. Because at the end of the day, life for Bank of America ain't have no crystal fucking stare. Believe me when I tell you.
There is a massive banking outage that is taking place in the United States right now, and people can't even access their own money. This outage started 5 p.m. yesterday when people weren't able to access funds. Bank accounts are reflecting zero and debit cards are not able to be used. You also can't fucking withdraw money. What a coincidence that this happens right after Russia decides to freeze the U.S. assets of JP Morgan and Chase, as well as Citibank. This was from yesterday at 5 p.m. and it reported that outage that said Bank of America customers reported having trouble accessing their bank accounts on Wednesday, as well as being able to use their debit cards and their account reflecting zero. But are we going to talk about what happened right before that at 3 p.m. October 2nd, which was yesterday in Russia, when the Russian court freezes funds of U.S. banks, JP Morgan and Mellon? The Moscow region froze funds of the U.S. bank held by the Russian branch of Citibank, as well as funds of JP Morgan and Chase, which was held by that affiliate of Morgan Chase Bank, amounting in total to about $372 million, right? Because a lot of y'all don't know that Chase is the U.S. consumer and commercial banking business of JP Morgan and Chase. As of now, they say they are working on this outage. Sounds like the U.S. banks are having some money problems, if you ask me. They say customers are getting a message displayed for one Bank of America customers that the current balance amount for one or multiple accounts were unavailable and that they basically went broke in a matter of fucking minutes. But this is just a coincidence. And remember, cash is king.
Okay, sorry for my appearance. I could not wait to make this video. If you bank with Bank of America, close your fucking account, take your money out and close your fucking account. I literally have lost $500 from them. I went to stay in California at a hotel. They put a $500 hold on my account and the $500 never went back into my account, and they're trying to tell me it did, and I tried to show them proof. There's not even proof. They're trying to talk to me like I'm stupid. It'd be one thing if it was just me, but I posted something on Instagram a couple days ago, and literally multiple people said that Bank of America has done this to them before. They somehow take money and there's no proof of it. Like, y'all, I literally wake up every morning and I check my bank account. Even if I know exactly how much is in there, it's like part of my morning routine is to check my bank account. I only put money in my bank account when I'm going to be paying for something such as bills, or if I'm going out of town and I'm going to be paying for Ubers and shit like I did when I went to California. I put $1,800 into my bank account when I went to California. When I got there, they put the $500 hold on my account. So I had $1,300 in my account. The day that I checked out, that money is supposed to go back in there, and it's supposed to be like there was never a hold on it, right? The $500 never went back into my account, and they're trying to tell me it did. And Shanice at this fucking Bank of America, Shanice at the Crossville Road in Roswell, Georgia. I could tell you were being nice to me, but you were being very fucking condescending, and I know that you were trying to make me feel stupid. You didn't give a fuck that I'm about to close my account with your bank that I've been banking with for years. Like, yeah, they don't give a fuck. Like, it's not even about the money, it's the fucking principle, bro. Like, I'm not fucking crazy. Multiple other people have said that this has happened to them too from Bank of America. So, yeah, fuck Bank of America. Close your account if you have it. I'm gonna go to Chase. Yeah.
You're literally telling me that once the bank
Once the money is in my account, you have no way of guaranteeing that the amount of money will not leave my account. That's what you're telling me right now.
Access to those funds.
Listen to me. Is there a way that I can close this account completely? Delete, cancel the routing, and have my funds returned? Like, literally shut the account completely down, or at least transfer. Make sure that those funds are transferred to a different account, because I don't trust Bank of America. Have it completely shut down. And this is not a joke. I will go to a location in person if you're not listening to me right now and you're not going to do what I'm telling you to do. Because I called this morning to check my bank statements because I access my online banking, and I was told that $295 have been somehow transferred out of my account. That is somehow, though it's frozen, has been transferred out of my account. Now, I'm asking you that when my $15,500 get back into the account, is it going to be safe? You're telling me, oh, no, someone could still attempt to transfer. Like, do you? I don't care. It's still going to be taken out of my account, wasting my time. You literally just admitted that someone has access to my routing and account number information. What am I gonna do? What am I going to do at this very moment right now? There's no solution. Are you aware that you're not offering a solution for me right now in this conversation? Are you aware of that?
I've offered you multiple solutions.
The solutions you've offered is wait for Friday and wait for March 5th. Would you agree?
That is correct.
Exactly. So that's not a solution. That's wasting my time. And time is money. And time is more vulnerability.
Just because it's not an answer that you don't like doesn't mean it's not your answer.
It's not a matter of an answer that I don't like. It's an answer that's not going to work. What are the solutions that you're saying that Bank of America is offering for me to be able to ensure that I get my money back?
The funds are being returned that are currently leaving your account negative $17,107. Once those funds are returned, you can either transfer them to an external account or transfer them to your checking account that is currently active and open. Once the funds are transferred out, you can officially have this account closed to prevent this from going further.
When am I gonna have? When can you assure me that I'll have my at least $15,500 back into my account?
So even if the $15,500 is going to be returned to the account by the end of the business day tomorrow, because that's still going to leave you negative $2,000. So you would have to wait for the full amount to be returned, which will most likely be about 3 days.
When are the fraudulent transactions going to for sure be reversed back into my account?
The 3 claims that you have on file, a decision will be made or a temporary credit will be provided no later than the 10th business day, which is the 5th of March.
Okay, and 15,380 something cents. How? This is the part. So I will have more than $15,000 by by Friday. You said it should be back into the account Friday.
So there is a chance that it is back in the account by Friday.
What do you mean chance? I don't work on chances. I need assurance.
So the $15,500 that posted yesterday will be returned by the end of the business day tomorrow. But the other 4 transactions are still processing. They don't start the return process until they post. They can post in the next 20 minutes, or they may not post until tomorrow, and you'd have to wait until they return 2 business days after, which will be next week. It's a chance because we do not have any guarantee on when the transactions post.
Here's my question. How, I woke up this morning and an additional $295 was taken out of an account that's already frozen. When these funds come back into my account, how can I be assured that literally every transaction that has been leaving occurred during midnight? You are not giving me assurance that I will go to a bank and request for my money and that an account transfer would not have been initiated, right? This is basically what's happening right now. Someone can still transfer money from my account at that moment on Friday when I have more than $15,000 in my account.
Correct.
what does that mean for me? What is that going to do for me?
So if in a situation like that occurs, you simply have to wait for those to be returned, and depending on how large the debit is, only withdraw the amount of what's in the account. So if you currently, let's say Friday rolls around, you have the full $15,300, you call in to the department that froze it, request them to unfreeze the account for that specific transaction, and when you go and make that, before or while on the phone waiting to have the account unfrozen, a transaction comes in. It's going to be returned, but it drops your account $1,000. Well, then instead of withdrawing $1,500, you withdraw $15,000, or $15,000, you withdraw $14,000, because that's what's in the account. And then you wait for the $1,000 to be returned. Once the $1,000 is returned, you repeat the process. There's always a chance that another amount comes out. There's a chance that it's $200. There's a chance that it's the full $15,000. We can't predict what's going to end up happening. But you do the best you can with what's available at that situation.
I don't mean to.
If Friday rolls around and you have.
I don't mean to yell at you or share that I was speaking to earlier, but we're not going to act like our brains can't work and not think. If someone has access to my routing and my account number, clearly they can see how much money is in that account. Do you think they're going to just transfer $1,000 or $200?
There is no way of them finding out how much money is in the account. The way for them to see that is if they had access to your online banking ID and password.
Well,
that's the only way that they can see it.
Okay, well, since you're new here, let me tell you what's been happening. I called on Sunday when someone was flagrantly making huge purchases on my account, which, by the way, I was not receiving any text messages about. And it wasn't until the 10th transaction that I was getting a text saying that $2,000 and some change is being made, a purchase is being made. Is this you? And so I said no. And it was at that moment that I realized someone was utilizing my information, and I called and they canceled the card, and they issued me a new card and a new mobile card. I never even opened an email. I never even opened a mobile card information, nothing, because I didn't intend to use it. I didn't plan to use it. But guess what? Somehow, somewhere, someone logged into my mobile banking and initiated and activated that card and then started using it again the next day. So you're telling me there's no way someone is going to have my, this is not, in case you didn't have this information, they already have been using it. They've already been doing it. And I'm just flabbergasted, and I cannot possibly be the only one this has happened to. And I never keep money in this account. And like I've said to you, I deposited this check at one of your banks. These are the only people that would have access to my personal information, and you guys need to investigate them. But what I'm telling you, I'm asking you, my account, my money is going to be back into my account. Is it going to be safe? No. Can they make a transaction? Yes. Well, they won't know what money is in your account because they don't have your mobile banking. I'm telling you right now, they do have somehow access to my mobile banking. What do you say to that?
We can close down your mobile banking so they can't gain access to it and see what your balance is.
Oh my goodness. And also, here's the other thing. Wow. The other thing is, honestly, this doesn't. I can't even imagine if this was like $100,000 in my account, and you're telling me you don't know. Obviously, this person is gonna play Russian roulette and say, let me just try and put $5,000. Oh, let me try and put $10,000. Oh, it's going through. Wow. Let me put $15,000. And then you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you do that to try and see how much money you can get out of an account?
I would not, no.
You would not. Okay. There's nothing I could do. All I have to do is wait to be screwed over, is basically what I'm getting from you.
The only option that we have right now is to wait, yes.
Hey there, it's me. Just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of warn you that there is a very strategic banking scam going on, one in which I was a victim of, as well as a close friend that's an attorney as well. The banks are not refunding money. I was scammed out of a very, very large sum of money and denied twice. I filed a police report. I complained to the Consumer Financial Protection Board. I filed a report with Secret Service, financial crimes. We've contacted the bank where the wire transfer went to. No response from Citibank. I bank with Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is the bank that turned me down twice in terms of refunding my money. Concerned about that because we have scammers that are out there that are outsmarting the supposed cybersecurity and protection that we're supposed to have from our financial institutions. But it's very clear that Wells Fargo doesn't care. And they're not concerned. They did two investigations. Never once did anyone call me, have a conversation with me, understand the process so that they can protect everyone else from this happening again. There is just no concern. It's you gave them a code, so it's your responsibility. And their hands are done, case closed. And they've closed my case twice. So I'm really at a loss of what my next steps are. But I wanted to let you aware that they are on Saturday. I received a text message about suspicious activity. I went to my account. I verified it, called the bank, and they canceled the cards and disputed those charges. Supposedly, only one was disputed, not the other. On Monday, I received a phone call from the Wells Fargo fraud department. I do believe that there was an employee involved with this situation. When they called me on Monday, they were aware of the activity on Saturday and assured me that my new bank cards were on their way. He told me that there was activity being done in my account that day and they needed to verify that. He sent me a code, asked me what the code was. He went in and asked me if I knew a Rebecca somebody and if I knew a Clyde, that they were now authorized users in my account. And so while I was talking to him, I dialed the number he called me from because it did come up as Wells Fargo in the caller ID. I called that number on my other phone to verify before I really got into a conversation with him. And it was Wells Fargo. They obviously spoofed their number and used the same automated message that Wells Fargo has. So I had no idea or impression that this was not a Wells Fargo employee. He knew about Saturday's activity. He asked no personal information, no account information, no nothing. All he wanted was the code. So as he went through, he started asking me about verification of transfers that I supposedly had done that day. I declined. I didn't do any of those. He then went on to say, what about a wire transfer? There's a wire transfer going to a such and such at Citibank for this large amount of money. Apparently they had transferred monies from my other accounts into my business account and then did a wire transfer. He sent me another code and I'm sitting there looking at my account, and all of a sudden, once I gave him that number, all of my money disappeared. So they're very advanced. They're far more intelligent than what any of our banking cybersecurity, because the other individual had that happen at Bank of America. So this is now two major banking institutions that cannot protect us. And so I am asking if anyone knows of anything else that I could do to reclaim my money. And if you know anybody at Wells Fargo that may be able to help me, but most of all, please beware that these scams that are out there are advanced. I advise you don't talk to anybody that calls, call the bank yourself, and do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. And again, Wells Fargo really doesn't care about my situation. They have declined me twice and not sending me my money back. So please beware. The scams are so aggressive and strategic that they throw you off your mark. And I just want everybody to be safe. And I really, really don't want this to happen to anyone else. Thanks.
What's up, TikTok? And if you bank with Truist, this story is for you, okay? So on the 6th of July, I deposited a check. It was a real check, actually a settlement check from a lawyer, from a case in which we really ain't got to talk about here, right? So I deposit this check. I'm at the bank to deposit it, and the woman notices that something is off with my account. So she says, "Sit and wait to talk to a teller." And as I'm doing so, instead of just letting me sit there, she comes in a rush, grabs the check from me, and goes to deposit it and tells me I can access the check in 2 days. I'm like, awesome. Okay, so I don't have to do the extra long waiting right now to speak to the teller. Cool. You would think that's the end of it. No. I'm able to access my funds on the 9th, and as I realized that the check had deposited, I move a few of the dollars into savings. Nothing happens. Now, when I move over about $400 to a sibling of mine, they cut my whole account off. Like, they literally blocked the account. I could not touch it. There was nothing I could do. They told me to call the fraud department. I called the fraud department. When, after 2 hours of waiting on the phone, and I called twice, so that means I waited collectively 4 hours to speak to one person, and the same man tells me, he asked me weird questions that they usually don't ask you when you're talking to someone on the phone, and then he tells me that my check is suspicious. So I say, okay, cool. I'm going to go on Monday and speak to an actual teller and show him everything I need to show him. Monday comes, I do so, same guy gets on the phone and continues to say that he just thinks it's a deposit, it's a suspicious deposit. Okay. It's been 2 weeks. I still haven't got my funds. I called on Friday. They told me wait 24 hours for another response about my account. Yet they sent me a letter saying that my account was completely closed out. So today I'm going thinking I could just get me a look. I can go in there, see if they can close out the whole entire account and just write me a check or send a check to my house. Come to find out they can't do anything until they figure out whether they want to deem it as fraud or not. I've had my lawyer involved. I've had Wells Fargo involved. I've had everybody involved. Y'all don't bank with them, because this will really happen to you next, and you'll be dealing with the same situation. Do yourself a favor. Stay away from Truist Bank.
You do not want to use Chime to rebuild your credit. I did a video of the top 5 worst banks in American history, and Chime actually made the list. But here's the catch. Chime is actually not a bank. Unfortunately, one of our homies, Chris right here, is promoting Chime, and they are hands down one of the worst companies to ever work with. Don't worry, I bring proof. Sensation. So let's start at 2024. Chime agrees to pay $2.5 million fine linked to customer complaints during COVID. In 2020, Chime settled in 2021 because they caused financial damages to users. The settlement was reached in order to compensate users who were unable to access their accounts between October 16th and October 19th of 2019. People were literally locked out of their accounts and couldn't access their money. October 17th of 2023, the CFPB is ordering Chime to refund affected consumers nearly $1.5 million in fees and pay a $1.5 million penalty. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Chime Inc. to pay $3 million over money transfer deception allegations. And if you have a problem with Chime, guess what? You can't sue them because they have an arbitration clause. If I don't talk about it, it means it's not safe and it's not trusted. Our homie Chris is really lucky that he didn't have any crazy situations with Chime, but that doesn't mean millions of other Americans were not affected. My job is to give you 100% facts so you can make a better educated decision. Follow to increase your credit score.
This is a break from my usual content so I can take a massive dump on TD Bank. If anyone else has had this problem, please let me know because I got gaslit to my face. My husband and I have a Greek-Italian wedding, okay? We got a bunch of cash after our wedding. We opened a joint bank account. Let me just tell you that my husband's an absolute freak. He goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb. He was looking at every bank to see which bank offered the best bonus for opening an account with them. So TD had this thing called an e-premium savings account. We sit down with a financial advisor at the branch that I will divulge if this gets worse. But anyway, he tells us, okay, yeah, it's a $2,000 bonus if you keep this amount of money in this account for 3 months. RBC, competitor bank, if you're for some reason American and watching this, was offering the same deal. We already have bank accounts with TD and we have our mortgage through TD. So we were like, okay, whatever, let's just keep it all in one place. Since the deal at TD and RBC are the same. So this is in January. We keep the money in there until April. Joe notices, because I would never notice this because I'm a fucking space cadet, we didn't get our 2K bonus. So he's like, when you go to the bank today, just bring up that we didn't get the 2K bonus. And I'm like, okay. I go, hey, we were supposed to get this 2K bonus on our e-premium savings account. And they go, oh,
Those have been delayed. I had heard that, this is what the teller's telling me, I have heard that they're actually coming out a bit later. So you might get it in like June. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Why didn't, okay, whatever. This person says June. Why? What? They pulled it out of their ass, obviously. So if June, I'm at the bank for something else. I'm like, hey, by the way, we were supposed to get this 2K bonus, and then someone told me that it would be here in June. Looking up our file, and they go, oh, okay, yeah. So there has been a delay with that, but I'm just gonna send them a little nudge. I'm at the bank, but anyway, I'm just gonna send them a little nudge. You'll hear back in 3 days. Obviously, I don't hear back in 3 days, and this is $2,000. It's not like no money. Go into a different branch near my parents' house, and I'm like, hey, can I speak to a financial advisor? Because I'm thinking this was a company-wide bonus. It was on the internet. You could Google it. So I go and meet with this girl, and she's like looking through everything. She's like, I've never seen that promotion before. I have no idea what you're talking about. You have to go to the branch that opened the account for you, because I actually have no access. Like, I don't know. So I don't really know how banks work. So I just leave, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. She doesn't know. Meanwhile, my husband's like, you mean you can Google it? Like, she's saying she can't find it in her system. You look up e-premium savings account, keep this much money in, you get this much money. I'm like, you're right, Joe. That is a little suspect. Unfortunately, I'm a little slower than the average bear, so I didn't think about that. So I make an appointment at the branch, which I'm going to call out if they don't fucking fix this, because now I'm mad. Make an appointment at that branch. I write in the little thing what my appointment's about. I get a phone call today from the advisor that the computer automatically made the appointment with. And she goes, hey, I didn't actually open this account. One of the other advisors in this branch did, and he's on vacation. And I'm looking at this and I don't know what you're talking about. So you have to wait for him to get back from vacation. So now I'm like, is someone playing a fucking prank on me? And I go, okay, so she cancels my appointment. I go, fuck this. I walk into the branch. I see the same manager who last time I was there did the thing where he's like, I'm going to send an email and you'll hear back in 3 days. So last time I was there, this manager says to me, that's weird. There's a delay. Let me send an email. You'll hear back in 3 days. And I never do. Okay. So I go up to a teller and I'm just like, hey, I just need to speak to whoever. This is like insane. Like, we've been waiting 9 months for this bonus that we were promised. Never would have put the money in here. Like, there's no way we would have put the money in here. So she goes, okay, I'll get my manager. The manager comes up, looks me dead in the face and goes, blatantly, you did not apply for the bonus. You were not eligible for the bonus. I go, okay, go on. Because like, where the hell is this coming from? He's like, to get the bonus, you couldn't have a previous savings account and you had to open a new checking account. I go, okay, well, I've come in here twice to ask for this bonus, and both times you told me, because I remember you, because you're the fucker that hasn't called me back, that there was just a delay and you're working on it. And now you've realized that I haven't been eligible for it the whole time, which, by the way, is impossible, because that's why we opened the account here. We had a lengthy conversation with your dude that's on vacation. Anyway, he goes, I understand you're upset, so that's why I'm going to get the money in this account. You know what? I'm so stupid. I didn't say, write that down. Here's my card. I'm going to message them. They're going to hit me back in about 2 to 3 days. I go, okay, well, I'm just going to remind you, this is what you said last time. You said it would be, and he's like, oh, did I? And I'm like, yeah, and you never called me. You know why? If you look up the deal, it says that you could be an existing or a new customer and still get that bonus. Guy's just pulling shit out of his ass and like, you know what? He was like 25, 26 years old. Like, what am I going to do? Get in a fight with his, like, he's just doing his job. Banks, I'm your customer. Why the fuck did I keep that money just sitting in an account for you 3 months when I could have invested it? I could have done anything else with it. I kept it there because you guys were giving me $2,000. And now you're trying to tell me this never happened. Oh wait, it did happen. Oh wait, it's running late. Oh wait, actually you were never eligible for it in the first place. Stupidity. So I told him, I was like, I'm really hoping this gets resolved in the next 3 days. And also our mortgage is with you guys. But if we don't have this $2,000 in the next 3 days, it's no problem. We'll just switch our mortgage over to RBC. That's all I said. And then they look at me like I was like a Karen. These two Gen Z fucks behind the thing just looking at me like, okay. And then I said, take care, have a nice day, thank you. I was nice. You guys have been fucking me for like 9 months and I was nice. Should have known, because you know what? I found out recently my ex-boyfriend works at TD. So that place is full of weasels. Anyway, if anybody has a plug at TD, send them this. And if actually, I don't even care. I'll just move the money. I literally don't give a shit.
These are the 3 worst banks in America. Where you keep your money is one of the most important decisions you will make in your lifetime. Unfortunately, with so many options, a lot of banks trick people into thinking that they are actually good. Coming in at number 3, we have Chase. Chase has been on the forefront of many controversies lately, most notably for having to pay over $250 million in fines and settlements, specifically for financially benefiting from the Jeffrey Epstein situation. They have one of the highest fees for any checking account and one of the lowest APYs for any savings account. And their saving grace at this point is the line of the credit cards that they have and private client. Coming in at number 2, The biggest fraud case in the history of the United States, and that bank is Wells Fargo. Employees were actually encouraged to open up fraudulent bank accounts using their name and personal information so other clients will not be notified that they actually opened these accounts. And just within the last year, they have been slapped with $4 billion worth of fines for basically doing all sorts of shady crap, from repossessing cars illegally and foreclosing on homes illegally. And the number one spot seems just even worse. They were forced to pay the biggest settlement of any entity in American history at $16.65 billion. They have also been caught charging overdraft fees illegally, opening and closing accounts illegally. The number one spot in the country goes to Bank of America.
Ladies, when I tell you Regions Bank didn't piss me off, bitch, I'm so hot. If you crack an egg on my goddamn forehead, that bitch gonna fry. So I'm trying to make a big purchase today, okay? Trying to make a big purchase. And before I made this big purchase, I had reached out to Regions Bank via online and spoke with a representative during the chat. Because, bitch, let me tell you, I'm a chatter. If I ain't got to call and speak to no motherfucker about it, or I ain't got to go down to the place and I can get my answer, get what I need through the chat, bitch, I'm a type. The representative doing the chat was like, you know, to get your limit up from whatever it is to this amount, you have to go inside a branch to do that. Make total sense to me, bitch, because you want to make sure I'm me. You want to see my identification. I get it, understand it. You want to verify who the fuck I am. I goes to my bank, Regions Bank, on Terry Road in Jackson, Mississippi. I hate going to that motherfucker in the first goddamn place, bitch. That regular ass parking lot. And that goddamn ATM machine that don't work in the motherfucking drive-thru, bitch, after 8 o'clock. They want you to get out your car, bitch, so they can let everybody in the world know you getting money or putting money in the machine. That's stupid. I don't understand that, but that's neither here nor there. I get to the Regions Bank, Jackson, Mississippi, Terry Road, and I go in and go up to the teller, and I let the representative know at the teller desk know what I'm trying to do. Hey, I need to up my daily purchase debit card, whatever. They told me I had to come inside the branch. The lady was like, oh, we don't do that here. You have to do that through the 1-800 number. And I'm like, what? The people at the chat on Regions.com just said I had to come inside the damn branch. She was like, I ain't never seen nobody do that. But if you want to speak with somebody, one of the, the people that be in the little offices, says you can, but we don't do that here. So when she's saying it as a matter of fact, y'all don't do that here. Why didn't you speak to somebody if you telling me that y'all don't do that here? So, fine. I leave. I call the 1-800 number. The lady at the 1-800 number say, well, I don't know why they told you that, because you should be able to do that at the branch. And she was like, we can do it over the phone, but if it's a certain amount, you have to go inside the branch. Because it's a certain amount, I'm going to have to go inside the branch. So she was like, well, let me find you another location to go to. I was like, no, I'm going to go back to that location because, number one, it's close to my house. And number two, when I say close to my house, it's literally like a 2-minute drive. And number two, they probably need to know that this can be done and learn yourself something. Or I just feel like it's a proper way to do stuff. If I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about in my job, I'm going to say, well, let me find out for you. I'm going to make sure. I'm not going to speak in a matter of fact because I don't want to be wrong about shit. And I don't want shit coming back on me. So I go back to the branch, bitch. Jackson, Mississippi, Terry Road. This time, I don't even go to the teller. I go to the little office area. You know, the banks had a little office area with the seats, so you can speak with one of the representatives that's in the office. So I sat over there. I'm sitting right in front of this man's office. I think he was the branch manager, she was saying. He the only person there. I didn't know that at the time. I'm thinking maybe it's somebody else here because he never acknowledged me, never looked my way. The man came out the office, closed his door, put his jacket on, told these people he finna go to lunch. Walked right past me. I had my niece, and I'm like thinking to myself, oh, it must be somebody else here. Ain't no way this man done went to lunch and ain't acknowledged me and say, hey, you need anything, or at least tell me he was going to lunch. And mind you, I get motherfuckers got to eat. I love to eat. So my thing is not him just going to lunch. I just feel dismissed as a customer, bitch. And that's what really pissed me off. If he had came out and said, hey, anything I can assist you with, and I told him what my issue was, and he can assist me and say, oh, well, I'm actually headed out to lunch. If you give me about this, then the third, or can you come back this time? I would have been cool with it because I understand you probably been at work all day. Your stomach probably growling. But it's just the fact that you came out the office, seen my big ass sitting there. I didn't know I lost some weight, but bitch, I ain't that goddamn little where I can't be seen. If he had to say I'll be back or just acknowledge my presence, especially him knowing that you the only person here in the goddamn office and the teller people can't do what I need them to do, I should have been acknowledged. That pissed me off the most. The most. So after about 2 or 3 minutes after he been gone, one of the reps from the teller, they behind the glass, she said, "What can I help you with, sir?" So I tell her what I'm here for. The lady who I spoke with earlier interjected, said, "We don't do that here." I said, "Ma'am, I spoke with somebody through the chat. I spoke with somebody through the 1-800 number because when I came here earlier, you said I have to call the 1-800 number to get it done. They told me I had to come inside the branch." Now, I know these folks ain't just telling me this shit. They know what the fuck they talking about. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. I explained to her, 2 people done told me I had to come inside the branch. She said, "Well, I ain't never seen or heard of that happen." Yeah, because, bitch, you behind the glass. All you do is cash checks and hand out money and take deposits. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. So then she said, "Well, he's gone to lunch and he won't be back for a while." What? I said, "So ain't nobody else here? He didn't see me sitting over there. He didn't acknowledge me." She said, "Well, you have to come inside and, come up here and let us know what you're here." No, I don't, because I just left another branch earlier to get a card printed out because I lost my card earlier. And when I came in the branch, I went to the waiting area to speak with somebody. I didn't have to go to the goddamn teller. I've done this before. That's what the seats are here for. Everybody know when you go inside a bank, bitch, and you can speak with somebody in the goddamn office, you go and sit in one of them damn chairs, bitch. That's what you do to speak with somebody. I ain't got to go speak to you and come to the glass just to go sit down. They come out the office and ask me, "Do I need something?" And if it's something that the tellers can do, then they'll let me know I have to go to the teller. That's not how that works. You're not going to sit up here and lie to me, ma'am. That man should have said something to me. He walked right past me. Didn't say nothing to me. Even if that's the protocol, let's say that is the protocol, which is not. Him being the branch manager or knowing that people sit over here to speak with somebody, you should have said something to me. Now I feel dismissed. And it's unfortunate because this branch has nothing but black employees. Nothing but black folks. And that's why I really like going over there, because number one, it is closer. And number two, because it's full of black employees. And it's in the hood. So I'm thinking to myself, because y'all are all black branch, because it's in the hood, you're dealing with mostly black customers, y'all should be giving great and superb customer service so you won't be getting a bad rep, so you won't have customers like me saying, "I don't like to deal with that branch because it's black people over there and they don't know how to act because I'm already in the hood." Y'all should be giving out excellent, superb customer service, bitch. And let me say this one thing about me. I understand the many difficulties of dealing with customers and customer service and all that stuff. So I think that I'm pretty fair and I'm lenient and I'm understanding. But when you blatantly dismiss folks and act like they not sitting there and you not doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing, bitch, now I'm finna call corporate on your ass. Corporate. And I hope Region see this. I do. I don't like getting the runaround, bitch. I'm not the road runner, bitch. I don't be going up and down these motherfucking hot-ass highways going beep, bitch. I like to get my shit done. And if I'm told one thing and I execute that one thing, I expect my shit to be done. And see, now I'm at a different location, the Byron location, the location I should have came back to in the first place. And every time I come to this location here in Byron, Mississippi, I always have a great experience. I never have any issues. I wonder why. I'm going to
tell y'all now, do not deposit y'all checks at the ATM. I'm at Chase Bank. I deposited a check yesterday, and I cannot get my money. Bank error. They talk about I cannot get my money. They're going to send me a check. I got to wait 2 weeks for my money. If you do business with Chase, I advise you not to do business. Find you another bank. These banks out here tripping. I can't even get my money. I deposited a $2,000 check. A bank error, ATM error. Can't nobody find my check. The check been removed. Now I gotta wait 2 weeks for them to send me a check because I had evidence on my ATM slip and they was able to verify because I have 2 accounts here. Closing this dump down. I can't even get my money out the bank. I can't do shit until I get my check. The technology is gonna be the death of us.
Child, is a financial crash coming? These banks are closing down like Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't understand what is happening, but y'all better get prepared. Get your food stocked up for about 3 months. Get you some cash, put it in your house, get you some dollar bills, because if these banks shut down and all of a sudden go broke, y'all better have some money at home, because I think this is a sign of a major collapse. So y'all better be prepared. Meet with your neighbors, get you some friends, some backups, some protection, all of that, because it will get really ugly if the banks crash and burn. Stay safe, guys.